After a disappointing start to his career, Derek Stingley Jr. has really started to emerge over the last few weeks. Since he returned from injury in week 10, he has 4 interceptions and 2 pass breakups, including one of the best interceptions of the year to pretty much ice the game against Denver. He isn't a finished product, the coverage could still be more consistent, and I do have some issues with how he's being used, but he's making plays and showing why a lot of people, myself included, had him as the top corner in that class. So we got to start with this week 13 interception. The Texans are in quarters coverage and the Broncos are running a switch release on the right side. There's a lot of different ways you can play quarters, but what the Texans are doing here is having the safety Jalen Pitre bite on anything over the middle, and then the corner Derek Stingley is going to fall back and give help over the top. So looking at this route combination, Jerry Jeudy is releasing to the outside. That makes him the responsibility of the hook defender. Courtland Sutton starts out running this dig, which gives Jalen Pitre the read to bite over the middle, but the Broncos have Sutton running an in and up double move. So once Russell Wilson sees Pitre bite on that first break, he thinks he's got him for a touchdown, but he doesn't see that Stingley's closing in from the outside. He just makes an elite play on the ball here. The ball skills and just how comfortable he is continuing to accelerate downfield while looking back to the football, you just can't teach that. And he's able to undercut the route and get the game-winning interception. And on his college tape, you especially saw this with just press man go routes down the sideline. Normally when you're looking back to play the ball in these situations, you're going to lose speed and allow separation, but Stingley just has the rare athletic ability and body control to simultaneously play sticky coverage, but also get his head turned around and play the ball. So right here, he's in press coverage on Courtland Sutton. He releases outside. Sutton tries to wipe with this inside arm, but Stingley does a good job being patient with his hands, not getting caught up in the contact. And then at the top of the route, you can see Sutton's extending and locking that arm to try to stack him down the field, but Stingley does a great job with this subtle hand contact here to knock down the arm, maintain his body positioning. He's right underneath on the hip. Great job timing this pass breakup, raking through the hands, and then really good job by Jalen Pitre giving help over the top. Another good press coverage rep here from week 1. You can just see his patient footwork at the line of scrimmage. Odell Beckham tries to stutter this release, get Derek Stingley to lean forward, but he just stays balanced, keeps his weight on the balls of his feet, and when Beckham accelerates downfield, he's right there to play the route. On this play, Marquise Brown is able to stack him downfield, but I think he's expecting to have safety help over the top. You can see the way he just gives up this inside release and kind of purposely plays with underneath leverage. He's got that recovery speed to make up the separation. He gets helped out by an underthrow from Kyler Murray, but again, being this comfortable turning around and playing the ball, you just hardly ever see this. It's the kind of thing where if a corner doesn't turn around in these situations, I don't even really criticize them for that. It's just, okay, he can't do that. But with all these reps, you're just seeing the unteachable traits that made Derek Stingley a top 3 pick. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, and also follow us on all of our social medias. The links to those are in the description. A couple of his interceptions were kind of gifted to him. Right here, he's covering this speed out against Jerry Jeudy. Will McDonald gets his hands up, tips the pass, the ball goes right to Derek Stingley, and he gets the interception. And then this play from the refs game, and then this play from the Jags game, the refs just had an all-time performance on this one. An egregious no call on Evan Ingram here, and Stingley gets an interception. So watching all of Derek Stingley's coverage snaps so far, my pre-draft thoughts on him have kind of been confirmed, which is that I really like him in a press man heavy scheme. I saw one rep where Calvin Ridley was able to beat him with just a filthy release and get the conversion on 3rd down, but other than that, it was just lockdown coverage whenever he's in press. But the Texans are only running man coverage 20% of the time, which ranks near the bottom of the league. They're very much a match zone coverage scheme, and so Derek Stingley's playing a lot off the line of scrimmage, and in those situations, I haven't been very impressed. In terms of like coverage assignments, he's a really smart player. He's almost always in the right spot, so that's not something that I have an issue with, but he just doesn't look very comfortable playing with that much depth. He's given up 2 touchdowns this year. Both of them came from off coverage. Right here, Rondale Moore gets him with kind of a double move, but really Derek Stingley just falls down. Comparing it to when he's in press coverage, where the footwork is just so balanced, smooth, under control, it's really clunky when he's in off, and he's susceptible to getting beat on double moves and just deep down the field. Right here, Marvin Mims is running an out and up. He bites on the first break. Mims gets easy separation over the top. Now on a throw that travels 60 yards in the air, it's hard for me to be too critical of a quarterback for underthrowing it, but this is underthrown and it gives Stingley a chance to get back into the play. Again, you see the recovery speed and the ball skills to close off that separation and break up the pass, but I do view this as a rep where Stingley got beat. This is the other touchdown he gave up. It looks like he's playing some sort of palms technique where he's looking to break on anything out to the flat, but with one releasing vertical, he needs to be a lot more proactive accelerating down the field. If this was underthrown, it would have been an interception, but perfect ball placement from Joe Burrow and the Bengals get a touchdown. zone. I do think his ability to just click and close on the first break is really impressive. So right here, he's covering a dig from off coverage, good break on this route, gets this inside hand in the passing window, shields the receiver from the ball. And then right here, he's playing top down on this out route from Odell Beckham. The route recognition, acceleration, and timing is all really impressive. But whenever he's in a back pedal and he's having to deal with double moves, pressure steps, the footwork and movement skills just don't look that clean to me. Right here, he's in a side turn covering Zay Flowers. He snaps off this deep comeback instantly. Stingley can't stick to the route. So to me, Derek Stingley's tape has been overall impressive, but I'd love to see him in more press coverage situations. A lot of these quarters and quarter half coverages, you've got press man on one side, so they'll have basically a man everywhere he goes call for one of the corners, and then the rest of the secondary is going to be playing match zone, and I think that would be a much better role to use Derek Stingley in. He's got to stay healthy, obviously, but the Denver game was the best game of Derek Stingley's career, and when he's been on the field, like I said, it's been overall a really good season. But playing him in off coverage this much, I think is a recipe for some big interceptions, but also some big plays offensively. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments any NFL players or teams that you'd like me to cover.